Hey folks, Joshua here. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, where our party, at the end of the day on the 4th of Neth, is about to head to the Shrine of Sacrilege and find out what exactly it is. Let's take a quick look at everybody and make sure nobody is fatigued or exhausted. Looks like we're good here. Let's go ahead and head in and enter the Shrine of Sacrilege. All right, so we've arrived. One thing I wanted to check is whether or not... Okay, so the Lesser Extend Metamagic Rod for Darren here is active. If I do my buffs... Do we get the 24-hour buff? We do, and one of the charges is used. Excellent. Okay. In that case, let's get everybody mounted up.
This is my path.
We will win this war.
We'll make things right.
All right, looks good. Everybody is set up.
Are we playing hide and seek now?
Let's go ahead and start making our way down this pathway and see what we can discover. Okay, right off the bat, we have a plagued wolf running through the area. Who do we want to open up here? A ranged attack from Ember could be decent, as with nobody in range, she should be able to go ahead and use one of her Scorching Rays here without the -4 penalty. Let's go ahead and have her... Actually, let's go ahead and remove stealth first, and then let's use a Scorching Ray here. I don't know if we got that surprise round or not. We did not. Okay. We see this wolf. This one maybe is not quite in the initiative order yet. She's in the middle of casting that. I don't know what effect that's gonna have. Let me go deal with this one. It sort of looks like this should provoke an opportunity attack, but maybe won't. Let's see. Oh. Are these things really low level? Oh yeah, they're undead. Okay, that's fine.
No glory without...
All right, no problems there. Let's go ahead and collect this little bit of loot and then reform. Okay, so interesting question. Orlan, okay, Seal is currently using Holy Blair, but the Disruption Mace is better against undead, so let's swap over to that for now. Her shield here is a heavy mithril heavy shield +2. This +2 mithril heavy shield also grants its wielder DR5 magic, so that's better. That's a straight upgrade. Go ahead and equip that instead. We also have the Shield of Magical Retribution. Touch attacks have retribution on them. I don't know that she's the only shield user, and we're dealing with undead, not mages, to the best of our knowledge. However, the reason I came in was that we have this. This is Ghost Touch. And this one is Cold Iron as well. We may need the Ghost Touch if we see some ghosts, but I think our current loadout is fine. Take a look at the map here. We have the cave at the bottom, the area we came from. Okay, it's a relatively small map. Let's get everybody back into stealth and proceed to continue exploring here.
Follow me.
Making our way down. Slowly but surely. One issue with opening with Ember, even though it's good that she gets to hit somebody that's not in melee, is that her casting time takes a second for the animation to happen. So like here, we want to probably open with someone like Arushale, just so that
For my path.
I
Let's
will
have
resist.
some fun.
maybe we can get that surprise round off. No, we can't. All right, it sort of doesn't matter against these particular foes. Nice crit. And over here we have another element. Let's have Meadow Charge. This time we do get the surprise round. Not that it matters because we have completely obliterated that thing. All right, so the enemies in this area seem pretty low level right now. Not sure if that's going to continue as we push in further and make our way into that cave, but for now, these enemies seem quite easy to defeat.
Something.
Okay, we get multiple loot options here. Okay, we've apparently triggered a fight. What did we get here? We have a couple of babaus who apparently saw us looting or something. Not sure exactly what happened there. Yeah, we're on round 1 here. Might as well do what we can.
Prepare yourself.
Sounds like we are hitting to some degree. We took it down to 2 hit points. One more hit would have killed it. All right, it's got a long way to go, though. May not get an attack off here. Unfortunately, it did. I think that was... Yeah, Wenduog took a hit. Let's delay here. And maybe let Orlan get some work in, or Darren rather get some work in. You may be able to do something to this guy. His AC is only 16. And you have a +10 to attack with this head cracker mace, so you may be able to hit this guy with a melee attack. Let's see it.
Out of my sight.
Miss, 2 versus 5. Okay. Burning Orlan on this guy with 2 hit points doesn't sit right with me. So I guess we'll have... We could have Ivu take it out? Yeah, all right. So we're going to have the entire group delay until Ivu's done. Ember actually can go here. We've got a very nice fireball opportunity. We can hit all 4 of them like this. Very nice. Some 43s, 39s, 1 reflex save. Okay, good job from Ember. Ivu finished this guy. There we go. A critical hit. Now, Orlan. Who's up? Who can you wreck? Whose face can you destroy? There's quite a lot of these guys. If we come here, this is probably the place to come.
We won't falter.
We do eat an attack of opportunity there, but they miss. Wenduog can get some work in over here as well. Looks like we'll need to do a vital strike. That's a kill. Good job. Sela and Justice, you guys can get involved over here.
Take you.
Okay, that is a kill. That +3 mace. Not doing any disruption because these guys aren't undead, but I think it was still the right call to have it equipped. Now these 3 get to take their turns. Interestingly, oh, you can't attack from there. You had to come around. Interesting. Okay. All right. Not able to actually do anything. All right, so we got to move here if we're going to do anything. Deadly aim is fine. All right, yeah, we need to use our move, so we can't use the Ranger's Bond here. Let's go ahead and take a shot at this guy.
Desna, guide my hand.
It's a hit. Only 12, but that's okay. Darren can move forward. And then what? We don't need true seeing here. A Holy Smite could be good, but we only have 7 of those. Maybe a Searing Light. There's 18. Not too bad. All right, let's have Bismuth move us forward a little bit. And then Ember can do some more work here. Let's see. Ear-piercing scream, burning hands, bone shaker. What's our level 1 stuff looking like? We got a grease, rays of enfeeblement and sickening, some snowballs, burning hands. How much movement do you have left? I think we can get a burning hands off here. Let's try it. I mean, we're all about the fire damage with her. Looks like we can hit all 3 of them like this. Very nice. Level 1 spell doing 62 damage. Okay. Our little friend here can get a hit off. Ivu, bite. Good job. Orlan. I guess work on this guy. We find a little piece of loot over here. And then Wenduog. You can probably finish this guy. Nice work. Okay.
This war must end.
Let's take all the goodies and then the other things that we find. So these items are left behind. This triggered some sort of attack for some reason. But whatever that was, it's done. Now we can collect this stuff. We had some holy water, protection from evil. 1,600 coins is nice. And then we also have a sword and a shield here. The shield, all right, we gotta identify them. Cold Iron Masterwork Longsword is just loot by another name. But what is this shield? Light shield +1. Okay, nothing special. Not really worth the attack of 6 babaus, but it is what it is. I think, yes, you lost 6 hit points, so let's have you drink a potion. That puts you back to full. Good. Yeah, we're good here. Okay. Let's get everybody buffed up, snuck up, and then we can take another look around. Yeah, we're just going to head south here towards this cave, I think. Yeah, that's the edge of the map, so let's go this way. Seems fine. It looks like that cave is the last thing for us to explore here. So the Shrine of Sacrilege must be inside this cave. Yep, okay. Let's head in and take a look around. Okay, right off the bat, we see another devil. Let's see if we can't set up a good position here and get that first round.
Something is not right.
Okay, we do see a trap.
I sense something.
And another. Okay. What do we do in this situation? With this thing prancing around, it's sort of tough. Then again,
I'm prepared.
they're not that hard to deal with. Why don't we just shoot it from stealth, if we can?
Make your peace.
It's a miss. That's unfortunate. So she doesn't get her full attack. We do have 2 of them here. We can get past this, I think. No, we triggered the trap, and it's still active, I think.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
21 damage, okay. Ember. Probably take this guy out. If you could get near these two, that would be good. Because you could use a burning arc. I don't know if Bismuth here can get you past this safely. Somehow I doubt it. It's not a very strong attack. Okay, that's Ember's movement. Let's see if you can get a burning arc from here. You can, which should hit this guy as well. Nice. 57 damage. We'll take that. Darren. We need to eat this wand of bless. Let's just take care of that. Windwog. Can take a swipe at that guy. All right. Might as well. 51 damage on a sneak attack. Love to see it. Somehow you get another turn here, Arushale. I kind of think I need you to actually move past the trap and, well, we're going to have to kill this guy anyway.
I will resist.
Ivu can move over here and maybe not quite get an attack. Okay. Can't charge. Let's just hold there. We've got more babaus running around. You can certainly get the kill here, but also I think you can get both of them if you come over here.
No glory without risk.
Nice job. Ember and Bismuth. Looks like we can bypass the trap that way. You might as well just stay there and let her take another... Let's see, what do we have on level 1? I don't need burning hands here. Ear-piercing screen to daze and add sonic damage, or maybe just a snowball here. Interestingly, this will do fire damage because of our elemental bloodline. 32 fire damage snowball. Love it. Orlan. All right, Meadow. If you want to come over here, not trigger this trap. You come here, and then there we go. Okay. Eight damage to Justice. Darren, yeah, you don't really have much to add here for now. Let's just move you up. Wenduog. Yeah, we just need to kill this guy and then disarm these traps. For now, let's just have her move. Same with the Arushale here. Ivu, what's your trickery? +4, probably not good enough. Let's just hold and let these guys finish their job.
The light take you.
Okay. Now let's go straight to Arushale and have her disarm these traps.
I finished here. Is there more? I'm glad I was useful to you.
Let's bring back everybody to the entrance here and check our status, rather. Sela took a hit. She's down by 5 hit points. I think that's it. I think riding through that fireball was the only damage we took.
A bright future awaits us.
We can fix that. We can reapply our buffs, sneak up, and head deeper into this cave. There's some loot over here now. The babaus aren't trivial, but they're not particularly challenging either. So far it feels like we've been undersold on the Shrine of Sacrilege. Maybe there's something a little bit more meaty deeper in. We'll have to find out the hard way. This skeleton has dropped some loot and a book. Okay, there might be something interesting here. We can see, I don't know what that is. Let's grab the loot. Old Iron Masterwork Longsword. What else? Just ordinary adventurer things. But the book might hold something of interest. Monster Hunter's Diary. All right. Little remains of the hidebound journal. The cover's tattered, and half the pages are missing. Blank pages at the back of the book survive along with the final entries of the diary's unknown owner. After many days spent exploring the area and studying the traces left at the site of the desecrated shrines, I at last struck upon the Defiler's trail. My worst suspicions were confirmed. The cultist circle was led by a Demodand, a creature from the bowels of the abyss. The clergy whose temples had been vandalized in the attacks were perplexed. What was the link between them? What did the shrines of Iomedae, Gorham, and Torag have in common? The answer was very simple. Demodans hate all gods in equal measure and strive to destroy each and every shrine they come across. Alas, Demodans do not always work alone. The one I was tracking had gathered a small coven around it, a gang of the deranged and depraved. What else can you call folk who'd let themselves be convinced of the vile tenets spewed by those beasts? For reference, Demodans were created by titans who'd been driven into the abyss by the gods. Demodans' sole purpose is to serve their creators. They are blind slaves, tools of destruction, lacking even the smallest spark of what majesty granted to the faithful when they have contact with their divine patrons, whether it be Gorham or even the universally decried Rovagug. Mortals who convert to this faith of lies must be exterminated, along with their false prophets. That is why we, the Inquisitors of many deities, have banded together to hunt down such monsters in a joint effort. After covering a few dozen miles, I located the heretic's hidden lair, a dank cave deep in the forest. At sunrise tomorrow, I'll make my way inside the cave to study the underground passages and sketch a map for our future raid. One should never underestimate Demodans and their minions. I have no intention of attacking alone, but I can at least scout out the site of our coming attack rather than sitting on my hands, while my comrades muster a contingent and make their way here. Iomedae be with me. Okay. So now at least we understand what's going on here. We do see... We've got a Babao here. Why don't we try... Who's up front here? Justice? All right, let's have a little jolt from Justice then. A little charge from Justice. Okay. We see... Oh, the big one is back here. Okay. The Voracious Sklabrezu, a chaotic evil outsider. Level 12. DR 10 except for good. 25 spell resistance. Fairly nasty looking full attack of natural attacks. It's got cleave, charge, dispel magic, power word, stun, confusion, and mirror image. So anything we can get on it in this surprise round would be fantastic. Who's up here? Darren? What can Darren do? We could put True Seeing on somebody next to us. It's probably not bad if it's going to throw out a mirror image. Sees through magical darkness. Exact location of creatures or objects under the blur or displacement effects. Sees invisible creatures. Sees through illusions. Yeah, all right. I think putting this on Orlan is a good call. Okay. Did that go through? Yes, we have True Seeing on Orlan. Okay, that's probably the best he can do on his turn. As for Meadow and Orlan themselves, can you get over to that thing? Not on this round. Okay. Let's Let's come here. Orlan can take a swipe. Or we could put Quarry here. Critical threats are automatically confirmed. We get a +2 bonus to attack rolls. Yeah, all right. Let's do that. Let's put Quarry on the boss here. That feels like a pretty good turn. Setup, anyway. Ivu, what am I going to do with you? There's more of a bow and then the Glabrezu, but I don't think it's going to be too serious of a fight. Let's move you up here for now. Arushale can take a shot here. Or we could throw Ranger's Bond on everyone for bonuses against demons. Hers favorite enemy, demons of strength, demons of magic, and humans. This thing is not a demon. Chaotic evil outsider. It is not a demon. Okay, then we'll just take a shot.
Desna, guide my hand.
17 damage. I think we want to move. Windowog forward rather than take a shot here, because her 4 attacks are better if she's in position for them. Same with Ember. Let's move her forward a little bit. And then actually she can do something here. What do we have at the highest level here? We've got a Fire Snake that I haven't used before, and Cloud Kill. I believe these guys are going to be immune to poison. Yeah, they're immune to poison, but maybe this Fire Snake would work. I haven't actually even looked at this. So all creatures on a 50-foot line. It avoids allies. Creatures in the path of the fire take 1d6 points of fire damage per caster level. So 11d6. Okay, this sounds great. And it avoids allies. So this should avoid Orlan and Meadow here. Let's see how this goes. Failed because of an attack of opportunity. My bad. And we lost the spell slot. Okay, not great. Okay, that guy went to attack Ivu, I think. Let's throw some damage at... I can reach you with a Bone Shaker. Yeah, let's throw some damage at you. 12 damage. Not great. I think you have to eat this opportunity attack from this Babao to go after the Glabrezu with True Seeing. Before it can even cast anything, for that matter. Dude, look at the damage. It's sick. Oh my god. 168 hit points this thing had. Minus 15, which means we did over 180 points of damage. Crazy. So much for that guy. Ivu, you got a full round of attacks. Take him. Okay.
Into the fray.
You're way back here, so I guess just like come up here and then like give everybody... Now this is a demon, right? Or is it not? It's a demon of slaughter, which she doesn't have. She can't hit him. So she, like, if there was anything left, I would buff, but there's nothing left, so we'll just move. All right, Wenduog, unfortunately, can't get the full round of attacks, but we can get a Vital Strike. 67 damage! Holy mackerel. That was an awesome fight. That was crazy. Ember took a hit, and Meadow took a hit. These are small amounts, so we'll just potion it up here. I did buy a bunch of these back in town. Collect up all the loot. Firestorm and Tsunami. Well, that takes care of that. I don't think there's anything left in here unless, well, this is actually a path going somewhere, isn't it?
Let's move.
Okay, there is more. Hold up.
Please, allow me. I finished here. Is there more?
So that was not a demodand that was mentioned in the novel or the journal. So there is more. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look-see. Okay, there it is. No, it's another Glabrezo. Now, this could be a minion. There could be... Yeah, there could be a Demodand back here behind it. However, I think our best play here, if we can pull it off, is a charge from Orlan. Let's de-stealth everybody and charge Meadow.
They will break against our resolve.
Okay, this guy yelled something at us.
The sacrament is corrupted. Kill the heretics. May they know the power of the great titans, the true master of this world.
Gormandizer. This guy, for sure, is the thing we were looking for. Level 21, Chaotic Evil Outsider. DR 10 except for good and magic. DR 10 except for magic. 27 AC is not too bad. Pretty solid saves across the board. He's got Dispel Magic, 2-weapon fighting, Hammer the Gap. So yeah, he's going to be making a round of attacks if we let him. 7 attacks, Blitz Cut, Short Sword, and Bite. 8 attacks. Okay, we did get the surprise round. Thanatotic Titan's Godslayer. Jesus, what is that? Adhesion? A creature striking Atari Demodand with a manufactured weapon must make a DC 23 reflex save. Failure means the weapon sticks to the Demodand and cannot be used to make attacks until freed. Freeing a stuck weapon requires a successful grapple check. This adhesion grants a +4 racial bonus to combat maneuver defense against disarm attempts. Oof. Okay, I'm glad we looked at this. Faith-stealing strike. Must make a will save or be unable to cast Divine. When you damage a creature capable of casting divine spells, it must make a DC 25 will save or be silenced. Very much anti-divine. So we need to make the most use of our abilities here. Or rather of our surprise round here. Good and magic. Okay, so we want good aligned stuff. Windowog. What do we do with you? I mean, you can put some work on this guy. I think with ranged weapons, we might not have the problem. Let me double check here.
You apart.
Oh, she's eager for it. Adhesion. A creature striking Atari Demodand with a manufactured weapon. Huh. So a non-natural weapon. That may apply to her axes as well. We can't hit him, so we might as well go for this guy. 49, very nice. He's down to 11. We desperately need you to do quite a large amount of damage here to this guy. So what do you got, Ember? Got your Fire Snake. Or Cloud Kill. They're immune to poison. I think it's Fire Snake here. 11d6. Do I have anything better than that? Not really. Let's go with the Fire Snake. I want to hit this guy. Let's see it. Can she do it? She can. He makes his save for half damage, but we still get 27 points of damage in there. Okay, it's not nothing. Interestingly, Ivu's full attack here might be very powerful. They're all natural attacks, which means we might want to buff her somehow if we can. But yeah, she could help out quite a lot here. Arushale's arrows shouldn't be impacted, so we can take this shot. Although the damage reduction... Do I have anything that makes my stuff magic or good? I don't think I do. I could quarry here. That might be the play. That might be better than one shot, is to quarry him. You can bless your weapon making it good. Now, it's already holy, actually, right? So I'll be interested to see how this works. Does she make the grapple check, like, on the spot? Does she lose the weapon? Does she have to switch? I think it's worth it to try and get a hit here. We could take this guy out. We could delay until after Darren so that he can give her something. You can bless Sela with some kind of benefit here. Maybe Crusader's Edge? Yeah. Bane against evil outsiders. All right. Let's try that on... Nobody's in range. Nobody's in range. Damn. It's a touch range spell. Okay. Then we could go for a smite, or we could just get... not protection here. We can get protection from evil. Give everybody a little bit more defense. That's probably the best we can do. All right. Justice. I do want to see how this works, but maybe we should kill this guy. Yeah, we should probably kill this guy to be sure.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
Okay. Now, our ranged weapon's gonna get stuck on this guy. Let's find out. We made a fortitude save there on the first attack. No, he made a fortitude save. I think ranged weapons are fine. So Wendewog helped out a lot there. He's already down to 51. He will get a turn, but it looks like we're gonna have no problems fixing this. He might kill Ivu though. Yeah. Oof, that hurts. All right, well. We made our reflex saves against the adhesion. Okay, so we did see that. Ivu got messed up, but because of the difficulty we're playing on, she's not actually dead. We don't have to resurrect her. She's just hurt badly. All right, this guy had some stuff on him. Magic breastplate, short sword, 2 short swords. Let's see what they were. Blitz cut. +3 shock short sword. Deals an extra 1d6 points of electricity damage. Not terrible against humans, but demons are immune to it. So the +3 is great, but I don't know if we're going to replace it in our primary here. We already have a +3 rapier and a +3 radiant sickle, so no, we won't. This is an ordinary short sword +2. Blitz cut, not bad at all for fighting humans. But then neither is... So the only benefit from this is that it can go up to +5 with a magic weapon spell, basically. It doesn't have any extra damage on it. Critical range is 15 to 20. That's coming from the enhanced critical thing. Blitz cut is already at 17 to 20. It's 1d6 +4 piercing. This is 1d6 +3 piercing. Is Blitz cut better here? I mean, we're not really using the... Let me make sure there's nothing else here. We're not using the enhancement bonus on it, really. So this will help if we have it against enemies that are weak to lightning, and if it does nothing against demons who are immune to it, then it doesn't really matter. I think maybe we will take Blitz cut here. Okay. I'm okay with that. And then the breastplate here was just a breastplate +2. Ivu here's kind of hurts. Let's get her fixed up.
Smile, the world's not ending just yet.
We've got 12 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these, 7 of these. Let's start throwing some cures Ivu's way.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Why does it switch? It switches tabs here when he casts, which is weird.
Magritio, Turinos.
Okay, so she's messed up, and the death's door actually doesn't change anything. And we can fix it with greater restoration, but I don't want to spend a diamond on it. She doesn't, it doesn't actually do anything to her in terms of reducing her combat effectiveness. It just means if her hit points fall below 19 again, she permanently dies. So we don't want to deal with that at all. We'll round things out here with some potions. I guess that's it. We visited the sacrilege, the cave of sacrilege, or whatever it's called, and destroyed the Demodand. So with that, I think our journey here is complete.
Follow me.
We have demon blood here. Looks very important. A black, frothy liquid collected from the veins of a demon after it is subjected to a procedure for magical preservation. Objects tempered in this liquid gain distinct magical properties. There's also another short sword. What's this one? Just another +2? Okay. Back here, one more thing of loot. Okay. We've got another puzzle of some sort here. Another domino thing. Did I miss a puzzle in here? Is that for another location?
What's that?
Okay, this guy had a little something on him. Magical essence and some other loot. Okay. Is this like, what am I missing here? What are those slabs for? I wonder if those are for Nenio's quest, because that was the last time we saw the slabs. I might have to take those to another location. Perhaps I would have been sent here to retrieve those if I got to that other location without having them. Seems plausible. There's nothing in here. Unless I've missed a secret door, there's nothing in here. And we're done.
March on.
Interesting. I mean, okay. Is there somebody waiting outside to ambush us, or? I don't think so. I think we're just done.
Onwards.
There was no, like, slab of or puzzle place out here. So I'm just, like, holding on to these now? Where are they? They're in here? How much do they weigh? They're 0 pounds. All right. So we have green puzzle pieces, I guess, for something. Given Ivu's condition, we're going to teleport back to Dresden and rest. So what are we doing next? Once we hit the 5th, I guess I don't actually have party teleportation for 2 hours. Shouldn't waste it when we're this close. We could go to the Ashen Grotto. The Temple of the Good Hunt. Crimson Dust. What else is on the map that we haven't done? There's still the primitive altar down here, which I wanted to do. And Molten Scar down here. This one's like the furthest travel, so I might take that on. But we need to head back to Dresden first. We just crossed the day border. So they are going to go back to Dresden here. But before we do that, let's take a look at our fights, or our armies. All right, so Shy Snipers now has the Sorcerers and the Marksmen. We did take over the Sorcerer's Fortress, where I need to build some stuff. Once I get some material points and whatnot. Do I want to go fight this demon army? Material points times 5 daily income. Access to whatever this is, the bend in the river. Another demon army past it. with some sort of relic, faultless daybreak. The problem I have is that I should probably consolidate my marksmen into one army. That's too expensive. All right. I don't know why these guys are here. But let's send them back to Dresden. I don't know what I was doing with them. You go back to Dresden. Okay. Let's turn you into something else here. I want the weaker melee behind the shield bearers here. And then I want to protect the rangers as well. That leaves you on your own. Given that we do have Nisa here, I am going to go ahead, I think, and grab the rest of these shield bearers. It's 1760. Gives us a big amount of these guys. They can hopefully do more damage now. Nisa's going to stay here to defend Dresden. And then the irregulars are going to split off. Crusader Army 4 is going to be the temporary army for the marksmen. And they are going to go catch up with the Shy Snipers. Okay, let's have the Shy Snipers come back and collect them. It gives us 29 marksmen. Okay. And now we have to wait another day for you to move again. But that's okay. I think that takes care of the armies for today, for the 5th. Let's check out the Crusade management. We do have a new... I already set that. That's working on the supply center. Okay, we have a new decree here. The fate of the altar of the first retriever. Healing the giants. The fate of Soulshear. Okay. Decrees and events are fine. I don't have the funds to build anything right now. So we're done with that. Let's go back to the party. Yes, they need to get to Dresden. Okay, let's enter. Looks like we have an event in the Citadel, so let's go there. What are we doing here? Watch and wait for Irabeth? Last gift of a brilliant mind. Do I have something to do here? Who's here? We could talk to Irabeth, potentially. Irabeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. Tell me about the Eagle Watch. It was a small order created to fight not only demons, but also the enemy within, to maintain the purity of the Paladin ranks, to prevent heresy and identify spies. And it failed miserably at that. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated it and formed their nest within its ranks. After the Queen entrusted me with leading the order, Anevi and I practically rebuilt it from scratch. Got rid of dead weight, people who weren't committed. We organized ways to transmit messages and orders safely. We introduced reliable ciphers. We found tacit allies around the city, from crusaders, orders to street beggars. It was my personal crusade to purge the city of the Templars who'd infested it. And I thought I was winning. I could feel it. We were so close to driving the cultists out of Canabras, but Irabeth frowns. It's hard to admit, but those successes didn't count for much. Not once the demons entered the city. I think we already talked to her about this. I think she needs the reinforcement, though. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a headquarters at the Defender's Heart. The cultists would have served up the city on a platter to the demons. Lines on Irabeth's forehead soften. Yes, that's true. It's a good thing we achieved something. Thank you. So, turns out that the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor, so you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Enevia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle, but you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. Okay, so that's not a thing. You can check in with Enevia. Nothing there. Check in with Ivu. Nothing there. Early sunset. I don't care. Not sure what the little yellow thing was for. But we should be, yeah, we're fatigued. We need a rest. So let's grab a rest. We could craft a potion or a scroll here. Getting myself another haste scroll is always nice. I fed your crow. The way she was hopping around my bag of food, you'd think she hadn't eaten it for a month. Oh, don't believe her. Soot's clever, and is just pretending to be hungry. I fed her only half an hour ago. A little cute. Scroll of haste. Continue. We're done. Hold on. What is the caster level here? 11. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what the little yellow icon was, but we should head out. I have a few things to sell. There should be some folks near the gates that we can sell things to. Or rather near the barracks. Hello? Is this an invisible loading screen? It must be an invisible... Yeah. Whoa, what? Okay, some weirdness there. I guess the closest person to sell things to is going to be the temple lady. I forget her name. Arsino. There we go. I just have like a few things that I can get rid of here. What was this? Wine? Let's see. Breastplate +2. Light shield +1. Sell that. These are just short swords, yep. Do I want to keep this pick? It's a +3 keen pick. 4x critical damage. Reduces DR, but we just don't have anybody spec'd for it. Nobody knows how to use an axe. I guess technically Sela could use it. But I don't think I'm ever going to equip it on her, so we'll be selling that. Tender Touch can go. Scimitar of Wind is still good. That keen is really strong. Throwing acts of silence is good too. Okay. 30 grand in stuff we picked up is fine. And I guess now we head back out and figure out where we're going next. So the sacrilege quest has some second part to it with those green tiles, but we don't know what it is. In the meantime, hey, we removed a powerful demon, so that's always good. Where do we want to go next? Ivu should be recovered. I should have checked, but yeah, we rested in a safe place, so she should be fine. We might have another day on the calendar here as well. Not quite yet, but as we move, we will get there. She's fine. Death's Door is gone. Solve the riddles of the Nameless Ruins. Oh, maybe I can use those green thingies here. Was there a place to slot them? No, it was like... It was a riddle that was looking for an item, and then there was like a single slot that you could put something into. I don't think that's it. Do I want to come all the way down here just for this? Reagents for creating consumable items. I mean, I want to... This is the problem. I'm a bit of a completionist, so I want to get it off the map while it's glowing. Is the problem? There's more interesting locations to visit, but... Yeah, we don't know the identity of the mad half-elf woman. Can I come back here to figure that out? Maybe if I come back with a particular companion, I can figure it out? Molten Scar. We want to get there to scout for our people. We also have to do Green Gates. We haven't been to this temple, Crimson Dust, Ashen Grotto. All this stuff up here can wait, I think. All right, it's kind of annoying and a lot of travel just to get here for reagents, but we also don't know if there's something else down here. At some point, I'm going to need more teleporters, but if you look at the whole map, the friggin' map is insanely large. It's huge. Okay, you know what? I am going to hold off on this. We don't need reagents. We'll be down here eventually, sooner or later, on this path going somewhere, like to the Heart of Mystery. So I'll leave the primitive altar for now, which means probably the next play is to head to Green Gates. Looming over the surrounding landscape, this cliff is a natural fortification. A Sarkorian fortress once stood here, and the Crusaders built a fort on its ruins. Sadly, the human-built edifices were also turned into ruins. For many a year, the place has been ravaged by demons. And then, why exactly do we want to go here? It's another quest. Look at the amount of quests that we have no idea how to progress. All right, it's fine. "13 hours of travel later. We've crossed another day boundary. How's everyone doing for fatigue here? I mean, I don't know if it's 8 hours or 17 or 19 or what, but we're fine for fatigue. All right, so we're right on the cusp of Green Gates here. However, every day that crosses over, we need to manage our crusade. We have material points for more stuff now. So, which fortresses are under our control? We built stuff here and here. And I think we built here as well. Did we do this one? We did. Okay, so we have the supply center and the archery range. I don't think this is the right... Yeah, like the interface is a little confusing here. There's a faster way to do it if I swap to this first, right? The researchers were divided on what exactly happened to the Sword of Valor. However, they did point out that the banner had belonged to Iomade back in her mortal life, and that it had gained miraculous properties, as if anticipating the ascension of its owner to divinity. Could its current change be an indication of the commander's great future? Orlan the god Maybe? All right, so no events. We have decrees. No rank ups. Okay. We could do another research thing. A lot of these require spending money, though. Do I have anything that doesn't require any, like, resources? Lost Scouts we could do. But I think we have the ability to get there ourselves for this one. Yeah, we need more resources for a lot of these. Okay. Yeah, by the way, look at the map. Look at how ridiculously huge this map is. We've seen all the stuff we're struggling to like manage everything is like a fifth of the map, if that. It's insane to me. All right. So hold on. I think Keeper's Canyon we want to manage. Nope. Okay. There was a view that let me like preview stuff before I actually went in. Yeah, is it this view? Okay, so it's not map or campaign, it's events, I think. Yeah, see here I can see. Okay, let me double check. So you have supply center and archery range. You have supply center and archery range. So do you. So that's 3 of our forts. 4 of our forts. 5 of our forts. And our newest one's up here. All right. This is the last one we want an archery range for. But as we capture more forts, we have to keep, like, adding stuff. Okay, there's the archery range. Great. That's taken care of. I think I figured it out. If I'm on the event screen, I can get that little preview window before entering. Okay. So now we go to the campaign. Now we have our reinforcement of marksmen here. We need to wait for another week before we can hire more. Nisa is a defensive army at this point. Not a particularly strong army. And then we have 2 paladins lying around in the irregulars. The snipers, however, can get here and fight these guys. And push forward towards the bend. Maybe even rampage all the way down here to this. Capture another fort. What other forts do we have on our borders? We got this one here. This one here, but we've tried to cross this border and can't. I think the problem is we can't cross this ravine. Maybe that's why we could never get past this. Because I do see now that it is in a ravine. But we couldn't pass this either for some reason. All right, well, this is our strongest army. Let's send them out. Let's go fight these guys. Pursue. Okay. We're at 81 of 100 here, so if we can preserve... This is a lesser army. We've got Shears and Incubi. If we can preserve his energy here, that would be great. I mean, we could spend 4, maybe. I don't know that we need to. These guys have damage reductions. So do these guys. But I guess they have 100 hit points. The Shears have 173. We got our sorcerers. Shears have 4 speed. The Incubi have 4 speed. Okay. I think... What do you guys have? Grape Hawks. Stacks disease on people. Don't love that. And these guys have Crushing Despair. I think the Despair is worse. Let's take him out. Okay, that felt pretty good. Used Crushing Despair on our clerics. So we have 3 rounds of that. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's get to work on this group of shears here. Then let's smite them with the clerics and attack. And the shield bearers can come up as well. Okay. These guys are pretty messed up. These 2 are going to get to go. We might be able to... Interesting. Why would they take more damage? 838 to 1057. But here it's 4 to 6. Here it's 5 to 6. Oh, one of their units is already partly damaged. Okay. These 2, we've put a smite on them. We might be able to, with the sorcerers, we might be able to take these guys out before they act. Okay, I can live with that. They're all focusing in on the clerics. Okay. That's a lot of movement. Let's take this. You don't need to lay on hands self here. Okay, that's a kill. Love to see that. Nice. Morale bonus. There we go. There's the victory. 7 versus 5, no energy spent. That's more like it. That's more what we want. I suppose I should keep pushing forward with them. And go after another fortress here. Begging for mercy. One of the imprisoned demons points at an inconspicuous crack in the rock that their unit had been ordered to guard until the arrival of a pack of slaves. Examining the crack, the Crusaders return to the commander and proudly display a handful of shining dust. The crevice is home to an adamantine lode. This rare and precious metal will come in useful to the Mendevian army. 5 material points per day. Love to see that. Yes, let's push forward some more here. See what we get. Another army here. We'll kill them quickly. And that'll probably, we'll probably wrap up this episode with this fight. And then next time the party will head into Green Gates. But let's do one more fight here. I didn't even check to see what we were dealing with. Zombies, ghouls, giant flies. The plagued horses we've seen before, they're a little annoying. These guys have damage reductions. Let me see what I can do here. They are in range of my entire set of units. Take a shot. Magic missile. Okay, we've messed them up pretty well here. Let me get the movement bonus here to attack the giant flies and protect the archers. Or the marksmen, rather. Yes, I like that. You can come fight the plagued horses. Do you want to smite them? Are they evil? They're neutral evil, yes. All right, let's smite the horses. And then go mess them up. Nice, that worked. Okay. And then let's protect the sorcerers. The clerics are not super tanky, but better than them. Let's block them off. You guys can come forward and lock in the giant flies. Okay, this is going well. Let's attack the ghouls, since they're going after the clerics maybe here. Okay, love to see that. Okay. Going well. Yeah, we don't need anything from the general here. Actually, we can just auto battle the rest of this. There we go. Okay, very good. So they are pushing forward, but they are also quite a strong army. During the First Crusade, the radiant Sarenrae performed a miracle here, granting the Crusaders victory in a battle that was otherwise lost. Years later, during the Second Crusade, the Knights of Mendev clashed with the army of the Abyss here once again. They fought to the bitter end, but the miracle was not repeated. The carnage was atrocious, and those who fell found no repose, rising again as undead. Now they found peace in the flames of the bonfires. The Crusaders cleansed the blood and dirt from the statue of the Sun Goddess, lifting with trembling hands the sacred golden symbol from her chest, a relic long believed to have been lost. We found faultless daybreak. In the course of the First Crusade, a group of Sarenrae-worshipping healers went to the aid of Galfrey's army. However, in the dark of night, they were attacked by a gang of demons, demon-worshipping cultists who'd edged into their rear. Though unskilled in battle, the clerics and healers fought desperately, repelling one attack after another, but the sides were not evenly matched. No one was left to repel the final attack. All of the Sarenrae adepts were wounded, no one able to raise their sword, so they met the enemy with prayer. And a miracle happened. The morning broke an hour early, and the first rays of dawn expelled the demons into the abyss. The light healed the most terrible wounds of the mortals and brought the fallen, whether righteous or sinful, back to life. Both the believers and the misguided shed their tears. They fell to their knees as one and prayed to the bright goddess for forgiveness. And forgiveness was granted. Not a single mortal died on that bloody night. The last and the brightest ray of dawn blinded everyone and took the shape of the sacred symbol of Sarenrae. They named the relic the Faultless Daybreak and placed it on the breast of a statue mounted on the site where the miracle happened. That seems like a relic we'd actually want to investigate. I don't think that's equipment, that's a relic. All right, so this army could be tough. And we might, yeah, if we head that way, we probably have problems. We've got the Riverbend open now if we want to go fight Voidiel. And probably I head this way along the lake down to take this fortress, maybe? But that's going to be the movement for the 6th of Neth. And if we head back to the party here, they should be getting pretty close. Yes, they're right at the gates of Green Gates, as it were. We'll come to here. After 2 hours, we'll check and see how we're doing with fatigues and whatnots. We're looking good, looking good. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Next time, we have 2 things. We can head to Molten Scar. No, we'll probably head into Green Gates here and take a few episodes of what I presume will be another Winter Sun style big-ass map with cool stuff on it. But that's going to be it for this time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, just the amount of content in this game is bonkers. Just getting like visibility on the entirety of this enormous map is probably another, I don't know, we're close to episode 100. I thought we'd be through Act 3 by 120, but I feel like we got another 40, maybe even 60 hours here. This is turning into like a 300-hour series. I'm gonna be playing this for the rest of the fucking year. Damn it, Owlcat. Damn you. Why you gotta put this in front of a completionist? At least it's more interesting than like the Assassin's Creed style Ubisoft games where everything is the same. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but it's more interesting than that to me. Anyway, tactical combat, tabletop vibes, cool story, great writing, interesting monsters. It still got me hooked, so we're gonna keep pushing through. I don't know what we have to do to get to the end of this game. Maybe just spend the rest of the year playing it, but yeah, if you're here for the ride, so am I. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care, bye.